cannabis grow rooms. I was growing pot illegally because, you know what? I don't wait for the government to tell me what's right and what's wrong. I stand up for what's right. It doesn't matter whether the law is against it or not, right? And so, I was always a Facebook warrior. I would be happy to share information on Facebook. I would be happy to relay it to people that I know and trust. Maybe 2 or 3 times since I got out of the Army in 2008, I went to a protest in Washington, D.C. One was a huge anti-Obamacare protest, brought tens of thousands of people to it. Another one was some other rally in D.C. It doesn't really matter. The bottom line was I was a Facebook warrior, and I didn't really get out much, you know? And some crazy stuff started happening in the world, like foreign policy type stuff. And I realized that I had a voice, and I had a unique perspective when it comes to the lies we were being told from the media about the nature of our government and the nature of foreign governments. And so I started to try to organize a movement. I did it online because I didn't know how else to do it. I didn't know that people existed in society that were willing to do this, right? And so I started speaking out online. And I didn't realize how good of a writer I was. I'm a very, very good writer. I guess I can speak too. But I started writing and I started distributing the things I had to say. And I think I got the attention of somebody. Because after I wrote something, and I sent it to the media, and I sent it to members of government, and I sent it to members of the press and members of the military, people I served with, I said, hey, some of the stuff we're being told about our so-called enemy overseas is good. It's very fucking wrong. It's the word of the word. You guys are working hard to get the fire.
You want to know what publication you're from?
Well, this is a public area. I mean, I can take pictures of pretty much anybody I want, really.
Yeah, but we're not going to make it acceptable for you to go out and take pictures of people's faces, so you can dox them or do whatever.
I'm not going to dox anybody, though. Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to do that.
Okay, so we're going to check out Citizens. What did you say it was?
Citizens Dawn, yeah.
Citizens Dawn.
Citizens Dawn, yep.
Okay.
.org. Yeah. I'm not trying to dox anybody. Yeah, not about that.
People who were doxing would say the same thing.
What's that?
People who are doxing would say the same thing.
Right, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to do that.
People's safety is important to us. That's why we're here. That's why we're marshals. That kind of thing.
I agree. I'm with you there.
Okay.
I'm more or less just trying to get both sides.
Okay.
The side of. I'm not trying to really slant anything. I do have my own opinions, obviously,
sure,
but I'm definitely not trying to get anybody hurt.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm definitely on board with that. Are you guys with like the safety or something? Or?
Yeah, we're marshals, just making sure everyone's safe. There's been violence by the fascists against us. I'm sure you followed what happened in Charlottesville, where a fascist ran a car into the demonstration and killed Heather Heyer last summer. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do, yeah.
So we're trying to protect against that.
Okay. There's lots of police here for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't protect us. In fact, we've already had a person arrested, and we've been assaulted by an oath keeper, and they just let the person go.
Really?
Yep.
Was that earlier, just a few minutes ago?
About half an hour ago.
Half an hour ago. An oath keeper's assaulted you guys? Or?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
What did you do? Like push?
We went up and pushed one of our marshals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he was arrested and taken?
No. He he wasn't arrested. He was let go and let to go in there. Yeah, one of our demonstrators who did nothing got arrested.
The guy who he pushed got arrested?
No, not that person. Somebody earlier got arrested.
Right.
But yeah, one of our marshals gets assaulted, and the cops just like push him along and say you can go and protest over there. So we don't feel protected by the police. So we're providing our own security.
Okay, I hear you there.
I mean, our members of color who are protesting don't feel protected by the police. Yeah.
So you guys are here because you don't feel the police
That's not the main
protect you
here. The main reason we're here is to protest.
Right, but I mean like security speaking wise. You guys don't have
safety.
Police aren't sufficient for you guys.
It's not about sufficiency, it's about them not actually protecting us.
And
I mean, do you think black people in America trust the police?
I think there's definitely a lot of mistrust about black
absolutely.
police.
Yeah. There you go, right there.
Can I get the person's name who was arrested, or?
I don't think we're releasing that information. Oh, we don't even know who was arrested. Actually, I don't know who the person is, but he was on our side of the demonstration.
Yeah. So I'm just basically just trying to hopefully talk to. Can I talk to you guys and do an interview with you? I
mean, I'm not willing to do an interview, but you can ask other people.
Yeah, I'm definitely not here to cause trouble or get anybody hurt.
Cool. That's good to hear.
No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA.
Yes, sir. Citizens Dawn, independent operation. Independent news. I was just talking to the security organization, and they were saying that there's a security organization. Yeah, the security that's actually for private security.
We would prefer if you actually went to the other side interview. We'd ask you to head over the other side. That's fine. You can interview over there, actually. Yep.
I'm gonna ask you to go to the other side.
Just, yeah, no problem. It might fit your needs better.
You want to interview them? Communication. I'm trying to talk to two people. I'm not trying to create an iron curtain or a Berlin Wall. I'm trying to get both sides here. So I'm not trying to make interviews or anything. Like whip up interviews that are unfair or anything. I'm just trying to get
we're still not. We're asking you right now that we're not going to let you interview people on our side. You're more than free to go to the other side and see what if they want to be interviewed.
Because this is a public area and you don't have a permit, so I can be here and do whatever the heck I want, to be honest. So.
And we'll stand right here and we're not going to let you
have the right to be right here as well.
It's going to be great then. Yeah. Walk around. I'm just trying to get some communication between two sides to make people peaceful, keep things going. So you guys claim you're trying to keep the peace?
You are made up a fake blog that you interview for.
Are you guys?
I don't think you're being truthful, sir. You should go to the other side.
You guys care about, I was just speaking to somebody over here. You said you guys are trying to keep the peace.
Please back away. We're asking you to please leave.
Do you guys care about keeping the peace? Like, I thought you were security.
I don't think you're interested in keeping the peace. Can you please leave?
I'm interested in keeping the peace by maintaining communication.
But we're telling you to let her.
Sir, did you want to talk? I'm trying to talk to people about justice. There's some pedestrians who will, I'm sure, give you some interviews.
pushing you.
Get out of the way. You gotta go that way. You gotta go that way.
Sir. I don't have to go anywhere. Ladies, would you like to talk? I'm trying to get communication between two sides, but people don't want to talk. You don't care about talking. You don't care about talking. I'm trying to make things peaceful, but apparently. What?
You have an exit right there.
We're good. This is the state of, I guess, communication in a democratic republic. People are trying to communicate, and you get people like this doing this.
That's right.
So you can't talk to people and walk around in a public place because they don't want people communicating. Yeah, that's really good, really good. Hey, buddy. Whoa. Yo. Hey, these guys are like pushing me and like harassing me. Is there any way you can do something about this?
Alright, just don't touch them. They won't touch you. You can be around the area.
I'm trying to move, and they're trying to prevent me from moving around in a public area.
Walk around. Walk around that way. There's a better opening over there.
This is a public area. I can walk wherever I want. Sure, this is a public area. I can walk wherever I want. These people are preventing me from walking in the public area. I can walk wherever I want. So I'm trying to walk in the public area. Over here, these people claim they're security. They don't have a permit. No, they don't have a permit. I can walk wherever I want. This is a permitted event. They can't restrict access. They can't
Endanger yourself. You want to make sure you don't endanger yourself.
I'm not trying to.
Over here.
No. I'm a demonstration.
Let's go.
Sir.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Listen, let's go. Just walk. Let's walk.
Why are you pushing?
Nice and safe, right? It's over here, right? Nice and safe, bud. Safe spot. Go.
All the Nazis are on there. Goodbye, everybody.
Sir,
You gotta go now.
this is America.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Your mother's
So,
following you.
in America,
They're beautiful, aren't they?
to restrict
What a bunch of things.
a public area
Useless. Come on
and restrict
now.
people from
Come on
movement
now. Get a
in a
job.
public area,
You're
you need to have a permit.
guy.
People, these vests don't have a permit. You cannot restrict my movement legally. So right now, this officer pushing me as well.
That's what the communists are.
We're going to guide you over to the sidewalk.
Shut
So
up.
you're safe on the sidewalk.
Okay, it's been a pleasure to see you, and I will be right down here to sign you.
Sir, I'm trying to talk to you.
Hey, step back.
Can I talk? Can I talk to a public area or what? I'm a journalist trying to talk to people. Can I say something?
Pick a side. This is the police zone.
One side or the other. One side or the other. Come on.
All right. So I'm going to call Ron back up. Ron, you want to come back up, please?
I'm not asking you again.
Thank you very much.
Carry the bikes. This is the police zone.
Can I?
Stay right there. You're fine. Have fun.
It's been a pleasure to be in the company of patriots. I thank all the servicemen. I thank all the police. I thank all the first responders in America. We're here to keep the country safe.
Side or that side? Pick the side, you know. All right, well, sir.
I'd also like to thank the people on the left who provided us with so much entertainment. Thank you for your entertainment.
Okay? Can I talk? I gotta go. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk.
Come on. Waste your time. You cannot shut down.
You're gone. I won't see you back. See you later.
Welcome back here, right?
You cannot shut down freedom. Not in America, you can't. You cannot.
So,
You cannot.
I'm a journalist trying to talk to both sides, and there's personal, like there's a private security for the like the protesters over there, and
right there.
they can't like restrict me from going over there, but the police and the private security are like pushing people out of the way and like not letting like journalists go in and talk to anybody. And I'm trying to like
they're trying to have an event and these people are protesting.
So yeah, so I'm trying to like be like independent journalist and actually talk to both people and like get interviews on both sides and see what both people are saying and like not slant anything. And they're not letting people talk.
That's how this private security works.
Well, that's the thing, like it's not a you need a permit in order to have private security and like prevent people like, from accessing the area. This isn't even their event, they're just like protesters.
This isn't the fish head. Communism has reared its ugly head.
Are you guys
But
like...
you will fail. But you will fail. Because you have
Well, what do you guys think?
Because this is America.
Have you been listening to what they're trying to say, or have you been listening to the demonstrators? Or?
No, we just got here.
You just got it? Well, I think it's a pro Second Amendment rally, and there's like people calling the pro Second Amendment people Nazis.
Second Amendment is just guns, right? Second Amendment is guns, right?
Exactly, yeah. So
what's this Marxism thing?
So resist Marxism is like Marxism is the communism stuff, and essentially Antifa, which is the group mainly protesting them, is like calling the group that's organized the pro-Second Amendment, like the constitutional stuff, is trying to say that they're like Nazis or whatever, and fascists. And I'm trying to go over and like talk to people.
Yeah.
And so like in a fascist state, like people like me wouldn't be allowed to go over and talk to people. And people wouldn't be able to communicate, and would be restricted from different areas and stuff.
That's the First Amendment right there.
That's the First Amendment, right? Yeah. So you said you're in school, right? So as a student and learning everything about what's going on, how do you feel about the state of the world where journalists like me can't go over and talk to people?
I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean,
I agree. I'm trying to sit here and get both sides of the opinion. But yeah, so essentially, you can go over there and do whatever you want. It's only like I've been targeted because I'm a journalist, right? But still, it's a pretty sad state of affairs.
It is.
For freedom.
USA! Up yours! Your IQ shows!
Hey, did you guys want to talk? Do an interview?
Thank you for the entertainment.
Do you guys want to do an interview?
I don't even know what's going on.
What's that?
What's going on? Do you know?
Well, I can explain it for you. And I've been trying to recover it myself.
Okay.
It's hot.
So this is a pro-Second Amendment rally. So it's a constitutional rally, and there's people over there that are protesting it. And I was trying to, as a reporter, trying to go over and get comments from people who are protesting. And like it's a public area, right?
Yeah.
So I go over there and try to talk to people and see what's going on and get their opinions, so I can talk to people over there, talk to people over here, and put together a decent news story so people understand what's going on. Because they're calling them Nazis, they're calling them communists, and communication is the key so people can maintain peace. But that's not happening. The police are restricting people, and there's private security over there that are preventing people like me from going over, engaging in dialogue, and like doing reporting and journalism and stuff.
Yeah.
But essentially, there's a pro-Second Amendment rally. People are protesting the pro-Second Amendment rally. They're calling them Nazis and other stuff. So that's pretty much the gist of it. But knowing what I just told you about journalists not being allowed to cover what's going on, what does that make you say about fascism in the USA?
I can't really comment.
No comment?
No comment.
Any comments from anybody over here? No? Hey, did you guys want to do an interview? Hey, did you guys want to do an interview?
Not really.
No?
Police chiefs decide who has a who's suitable to own a firearm. The right to bear arms.
You want to do an interview, sir?
What firearm you choose to protect yourself with. Crisis says permit the suitability standards, turn rights into privileges, and allow police chiefs to have too much authority in making such a decision.
You ladies want to do an interview?
Español.
¿Oh, español? Hablo un poquito.
Sí.
Pero,
¿Eso de qué es? ¿De qué es la manifestación?
Significa nazis están los germanos de la guerra 2, de la Globo Guerra 2, el mundo guerra 2. Las nazis están de...
Que se marchen. Que se marchen.
No.
Ellos están diciendo que las personas que hablan están nazis, pero ellos pero ya. No bueno. Gracias.
Gracias, Happy.
It does not end at universal background checks or banning things like front stops. Instead, they will extend the assault weapons bans to include anything.
Do you want to do an interview or?
Ask for background checks on ammo purchases and asking for more registration requirements. And when their gun control fails, they return with more
Did you want to do an interview?
And someone suggested a solution such as...
Ben, did you want to do an interview?
I'm a senior teacher.
Ladies, would you mind doing an interview?
It
Or?
gets shot down. NRA called for armed guards in schools 5 years ago, but of course it didn't happen. We protect chicken shops, banks, etc. with the armed guards, but not our children, the ones who are the future of our society. We look at what happened back in here. How different things could have been if the Hawaiian football coach had a...
We can't have these automatic weapons. I mean, they're for war, and here they are in our communities. Crazy, very crazy.
I mean, it is crazy, and that's the thing, I like a conversation, but when you have people coming to the table like this, in this kind of setting, and like, people aren't allowed to engage in this.
People are both on the extremes, right? Like,
well, that's the thing, they're just pro Second Amendment. That's not very extreme. It's just...
I think it's extreme now. I think a militia is a very extreme idea now. And people carrying guns around. I mean, what conversation are you going to have with a person carrying a gun? What conversation are you going to have in a classroom with your teacher carrying a gun? I'm sorry, you're not going to have a conversation. There's just no way you have a conversation with someone who's got a gun.
Well,
it's not a free conversation. No way.
So what about me not having a gun right now? We can still have a conversation while there's...
Yeah, but if you had a visible gun on you, I wouldn't be talking like I am now. Promise. And I'm not trying to be, I'm just trying to have a challenging conversation with you and trying to be truthful about how I feel. If you had a gun on, I wouldn't be talking to you because I think I don't want him to get mad, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, but like, to be honest, let's be honest. If you didn't want me to get mad, right? I'm pretty big guy, and like, we're still having a pretty big conversation. You're not worried about pissing me off or anything. If I was trained in, if I was...
I don't care if you hit me, but if you have a gun, you know, you can kill me. And there's just no way anybody has a conversation with anybody who has a gun. Done. You know, and you know that's true.
I don't know. I think people can still have conversations. They've been having conversations with weapons for a long time.
Yeah,
Look,
I mean, you talk, but you're just like thinking, let me get away from this guy and get out of here. You know, I mean, you know.
all right, well.
That's not realistic.
All right, well, I guess your point's been made. I won't be clipping up anything.
What?
I'm not trying to clip up any interviews to make anything look bad. I kind of
What do you?
I'm more. Did I give you my card?
Yep.
I gave you my card.
Hurry up.
Yeah, you can look for it if you want.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I'm just telling you what I see.
No, I agree. I mean, there's definitely. I understand. Like, here's the thing. I understand what people are talking about when they want to keep people safe, and unfortunately, this is the real world where life and death. We have to work in the form of numbers, in my opinion. And like the Second Amendment was designed as the Second Amendment to ensure freedom of speech. Like
That's bullshit. And you know what? There is so much death in the world that the last, as a nurse, I've seen it, and suffering, that the last thing we need is needless death and suffering. And just take the guns out of the equation. It takes so many needless deaths out. Accidental, suicidal, homicidal, you know, violence from passionate moments.
I mean, I can see what you're saying, but there's just so many things that cause, like, look at London right now. People are killing each other with kitchen knives.
Listen, I lived in London, and you know, with the policemen not carrying guns, and it's very different. You feel very.
The London crime rate, the violent crime rate in London is actually a lot worse than it's not as bad as Chicago, but it's a lot worse than most American cities. Can you believe that?
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? You can look it up. It's a statistic. The violent crime rate in London, where there's no guns, I'm telling you, it's a real statistic.
That's not real. I'm not saying no guns. I'm just saying no militias and all this really strict regulation of it, like they had in England. People in England have guns. They have very strict regulations, and they're not like, you know, brandishing. People aren't brandishing them around, you know, feeling threatening to others. It's a different culture. It's a civilized culture, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said though, they designed the Second Amendment, or as the reason they've made it the Second Amendment is in the First Amendment, free speech, is because they were confronted with tyranny, and what happens in tyranny, like what I was experiencing over there when I wasn't allowed.
That's not tyranny.
It's not tyranny when I'm not allowed to talk.
That's not the kind of tyranny they were talking about, and they were flawed individuals. We don't have to we have to keep what's best from them, but not, you know, we don't have slavery anymore, thank God.
So the kind of tyranny they were talking.
Women can vote, thank God. So these guys were, you know.
Here's my point. I think they were.
The Second Amendment is not some sacred thing, and when people think it's a sacred thing, it really distorts who we are as Americans. It's not sacred. It was made by flawed individuals at a time when maybe it made sense. You know, they were fighting against an empire. We're just fighting against each other. It's crazy.
We're fighting against, you know, the idea of we're fighting against the whole point of the Constitution, right? Is to ensure security from government and tyranny. That's the whole point of having rights. And rights, yeah, right.
And people carrying guns around is not freedom. It's not free speech. And you know what I'm saying. And don't act like you don't. I mean, free speech. But if you know, with the police.
Well, here's like you were just saying. Like you were just saying. If I'm not allowed to defend myself or be able to create a reasonable militia, right? Who's going to want to listen to me? There's no conversation. You were just saying that.
If you have a good idea.
What's that?
If you have a good idea, people will listen to you.
Tell that to all the people killed in Nazi Germany or the people in the communists and
That's where we are right now.
We're here right now. What about the communists? Like they killed tons of people too.
Well, you know, that doesn't make sense to me. That you know, it's like a conspiracy thing you're talking about.
People weren't killed by communists?
Oh no. That doesn't make me, you know, that's like not even important to this conversation here.
It's exactly what you're just saying.
What are you going to have, a militia of people just forming and fighting? completely the con. It doesn't make sense. I don't want to talk about that. That's crazy.
It's exactly the point you were just making, though. Like, if I...
I was not making that point. I promise I was not making that point. Please get that out of here.
Okay, so you want to talk about it.
I just don't...
What do you think about the demonstrations today?
I was doing my own demonstration down there, and I just came up to see what was going on.
What are you demonstrating?
We're doing no war in Venezuela down there.
No war in Venezuela.
Yeah. I don't tend to care much about these domestic issues. Like, I mean, what is it, a Second Amendment thing?
Yeah, it's a Second Amendment rally.
All right, well, I'm pro-gun. I'm a pro-gun leftist, so if they're against that, then I'm against that. But I'm hearing a lot of extra shit going on over there that I vehemently disagree with.
Okay.
And a lot of hypocrisy talking about like just now he was talking a lot of shit about Mao, and then immediately said that when there's more guns it's safer, when Mao handed out 80 million guns for free.
Well, to his people.
To the peasants that were leading the revolution.
So it's like, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's definitely if you give all your supporters guns and then nobody else guns, it's probably going to create an issue.
I mean, yeah, probably, but I'm not saying making broad statements like more guns equals less crime. That was
right. I think you probably, yeah, your point is probably well received in that regard.
Yeah.
What about calling them Nazis for being pro-Second Amendment? Do you think you're a Nazi?
I mean, what I heard was that someone held up a black sun flag.
A black sun flag? Oh, okay.
Which would make that person a Nazi.
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that.
Any conversations with these people. It's like they are neighbors, they are friends, they are relatives, they're misguided, okay? So just ignore them, go elsewhere, and see all the trash around here. Let's try to pick up all the trash before we go, and make this a better place than it was when we got here. Can you think of anything else?
Okay, well, I mean, like, it's hard to really know what symbols mean one, you know what I mean? I'm not going to defend it, but, like, the Nazis, the swastika is used by Buddhists, too, you know, like, you've seen that before?
Yeah, I mean, but that's a completely different context. Like, when you see...
I know the Boston Free Speech people who have a similar looking thing. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Is it a blue flag? Was it a blue flag?
It's a blue flag with a white black sun.
Yeah, I don't think that's a black sun. I'm pretty sure. Because I've covered. It's Boston Free Speech. You can look them up. They've been doing a lot of the. They did like one. You know that big rally in Boston?
No, yeah, I remember.
That was Boston Free Speech.
Yeah.
And they were called Nazis, and they were doing the whole like first.
Well, no, I remember they had an American flag with a black sun instead of with the stars.
I didn't see that, but I do hear what you're saying. I mean, here's what I'm saying. I'm not going to deny the fact that there are people, probably white type.
And that's the thing, is that you can't be surprised if you're with the people with the Nazi flags and get called a Nazi. Like, I would not blame. I'm not laughing at them for calling everyone here a communist, because there are people here with signs that say Marx was right.
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly. But here's my point. It's a pro-Second Amendment rally. Can we talk about the pro-Second Amendment and like what they're talking about, you know?
Well, I mean, it sounds like they're not even doing that much. They're bringing all this shit into it.
Well, it's hosted by Resist Marxism. Is like, so they're going to be talking about communism, obviously.
Yeah, so it's not just like the free speech rally. It's not about that. They have ulterior motives.
Well, I mean, communism is typically associated with confiscating guns and silencing speech.
In what revolution were guns confiscated?
Every single communist revolution.
That's not true. What, did you get that from that meme that got passed around?
No, I just know, but every single communist revolution has.
That's not true. How are you going to have a revolution without guns?
They confiscate them from the people who...
But they're not in power yet. You can't confiscate them when they're not even in power.
They take the communists with guns, take guns from the people who are not communists.
That is not... Well... Yeah, if it's a communist revolution.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, but then just like how in the American Revolution, if they were anti-British, if they were anti-loyalists, they would take guns away from the loyalists. That's just part of revolution.
I think they weren't taking guns from the British. They were more or less...
No, they were taking guns from loyalists, American loyalists to the British.
I think they were... I mean, the whole point of the Second Amendment is that person has the right to, keep and bear arms.
Yeah, no, but that was after the revolution. I'm talking about during the revolution. They took guns away from the people who they didn't want to have guns.
I mean, they were probably fighting the British and shooting the British and taking their guns away. Yeah.
Not even. I'm saying American citizens who were loyal to the British, who wanted to remain a colony of England.
I mean, sure, there's probably instances of that happening. I'm sure, yeah. But that's the point. That's the point of why you would want to have a lot of people.
Is that revolution is inherently authoritarian.
Right. I mean, it's exactly. That's why you would want to be able to defend yourself.
That's why you would want to, but that's not how revolution works.
Right. So my point is, these people telling them no Second Amendment. If you're trying to have a communist, can you see what they're trying to say about concerns about communism and trying to gun confiscation?
I wish communism was as popular in America as they think it is. I fucking wish.
Well, do you know that President Obama had a bunch of communist people? The former director of the CIA was a member of the Communist Party.
Oh yeah, no, the Communist Party USA is garbage. Okay. Almost since the beginning, they have an almost 50% infiltration rate of FBI and CIA agents.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah, the Communist Party USA, but there are more than just that. And then especially world over. It's not like, I don't know, it's not like the new united front between the Maoists and the Leninists in Nepal has CIA agents.
Well, I do know that there's, as far as communism goes, it's been going there's a whole long history of communists in the United States, obviously, as we've seen. But,
yeah, it goes up and down, and we were at a down for a very low point, and now it's starting to tip up a little bit.
You got the numbers in from communist polling.
Well, no, I know about the history of communism in America. If you look between 1980 and really this year, there were no big communist groups at all. The last big communist group in America was the Black Panthers.
Black Panthers, okay. Well, I would say
unless you would consider the Weather Underground communists.
Yeah, I'd consider them communists.
I would say, actually, I think they were earlier than the Black Panthers, or same time, right?
Yeah, they were a little bit before.
So yeah, that's it. There was a Maoist uptick in America, where the Black Panthers were Maoist, Weather Underground were Maoist, but I'm not a Maoist. I don't agree with their strategies or their theory or anything.
Right. Well, I mean, just staying on topic with the Second Amendment. If you were a communist, right? Okay. Would you want like you were just saying, would you want to confiscate the guns from people you were opposing?
No, not with this state, because this is I don't know how familiar you are with communist theory, but a state has a class character. It's either a dictatorship of the bourgeoisie, so it defends bourgeois interests, or it's a dictatorship of the proletariat, so it defends working class interests. This is a dictatorship of the bourgeoisie. I don't trust them to do anything. I wouldn't trust them to take the guns away. I don't trust them for the death penalty either.
You don't trust them for the death penalty?
No. Personally not.
Just instituting the death penalty? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't trust them to carry it out properly. There's been too many cases where people have been found out to be innocent years later.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, that's the whole point of having a jury, by your peers and having...
No, I know, but yeah, different states prioritize different things.
All right, well, sir, I appreciate you talking to you. Want my card?
Sure. Yeah, is it going up somewhere?
Yeah, YouTube, I'll put it up on. I'm not going to clip selectively edit or anything. I'll keep it real.
Okay.
I'm Will, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Our streets.
This guy's with that group, he's just trying to get out.
So
he's with their group. He's with their group. Let him go.
I'm not allowed to go this way.
He's with their group. Get him out of here.
Go.
Our Nazis out!